Have you ever gazed into the mirror and felt a subtle pang of worry about growing old by yourself? Or have you watched a neighbor, perhaps in their 70s or 80s, quietly living day after day with no one around to share a meal, a laugh, or even a simple conversation? Aging alone is not a topic people bring up casually at family gatherings or dinner parties, yet it touches many lives more than we realize. This script is for anyone who has ever wondered what the future might look like if they do not have children close by, a spouse to rely on, or a bustling circle of friends to call on. Whether you are in your 50s and planning ahead or well into your 70s, it is time we uncover some truths about this life stage that often lurk in the shadows. Instead of dwelling on the fear or stigma that can come with aging alone, we will examine 4 key realities you need to face head-on. The goal is not to scare you, but to empower you. Knowledge is power, after all, and once you understand these realities, you can design a plan that lets you live on your terms. People often say, "Oh, I will figure it out when the time comes." But guess what? By the time it comes, you might be dealing with reduced mobility or limited finances, making last-minute fixes much harder to pull off. So if you ever catch yourself lying awake at night thinking, "Will I have anyone to drive me to the doctor or help me run errands?" Or, "Who will check in on me if I fall?" Then this video is for you. Together, we will shine a light on the truths of aging alone and offer insights to tackle them. Stick around, because once we get these 4 realities out in the open, you will realize you have more power than you think to create a fulfilling and secure future, even if you are the only one in your home. Reality number 1. Emotional loneliness is more serious than you think. Let us start with the elephant in the room loneliness. This goes far beyond missing someone to watch television with at night. Emotional loneliness can become a silent threat, gnawing at your mental well-being day by day. You might think, "I enjoy my own company," or "I have always been independent." That is fantastic, and being self-reliant is an advantage. However, there is a difference between enjoying solitude and feeling a profound, unsettling lack of connection. When you age alone, you may suddenly discover entire days go by without a single meaningful conversation. Weekends feel endless, and the quiet becomes heavy rather than peaceful. Psychologists and geriatric specialists warn that chronic loneliness can lead to depression, anxiety, and even physical health problems. Studies show that it can raise your stress hormone levels, affect your immune system, and even increase the risk of cognitive decline over time. Perhaps you have witnessed a friend or neighbor withdraw from life altogether after the loss of a spouse or close friend. Without regular social interactions, the mind can slip into a pattern of negative thinking, sapping your motivation to keep active or plan social outings. The question is, what can you do about it? First, recognize that needing human connection does not make you needy or weak. It makes you human. If you catch yourself ignoring phone calls or routinely turning down invitations because you think you would not fit in, challenge that mindset. Try small group activities, maybe a weekly coffee meetup at a local community center or a seniors walking club. Volunteer work is another excellent option. Not only does it get you out among people, but it also gives you a sense of purpose that can energize your whole week. If getting around is an issue, consider online communities. Yes, technology can be your friend. Video chats, online book clubs, or even senior-focused social networks can create bonds that cross geographical barriers. The takeaway is to be proactive. Emotional loneliness tends to creep in when you least expect it, and once it sets in, it can feel tough to shake off. By acknowledging its importance early and taking small but consistent steps, you can maintain a strong emotional foundation that supports you well into your later years. Reality number 2. Healthcare becomes a bigger challenge. It is no secret that health concerns tend to multiply as we age, whether that means more doctor's appointments, prescriptions, or surprise hospital visits. When you are aging alone, these health issues can feel doubly daunting. You might catch yourself thinking, "Who will drive me home if I need surgery?" Or, "How can I manage these medications on my own?" If your adult children live far away, or you have no close family, you might worry about staying on top of your health without someone around to remind you, nudge you, or help you when you are not feeling your best. The reality is that healthcare logistics become more complicated. Imagine you have a checkup scheduled in the middle of the week. Public transport might not be reliable, Ride services can be expensive, and you might not feel safe behind the wheel if you are dealing with pain or vision problems. Even more alarming is the scenario where you have an emergency like a sudden fall and no one is in the house to help. If you are unconscious or simply cannot get to the phone, precious minutes tick by. However, do not let this reality scare you into inaction. There are solutions, but you must be proactive. First, talk to your healthcare providers about your living situation. Let them know you are on your own, so they can guide you to community resources, social workers, or volunteer driving services. Next, consider telehealth if your doctor offers it. Video consultations can handle a lot of routine checkups without you leaving home. Also, look into medical alert systems devices or pendants that let you call for help at the press of a button if you fall or feel unwell. Another powerful solution is to form a healthcare buddy system with a friend or neighbor. Maybe you each pledge to check in on the other by phone or text daily. If you do not respond, your buddy can follow up more aggressively, knocking on your door or calling for help if necessary. This might sound simple, but it has saved countless lives. In short, healthcare does not become unmanageable just because you live alone. It does, however, require extra forethought and a network of resources to ensure you stay safe and well cared for. Reality number 3. Financial planning is non-negotiable. Imagine encountering unexpected home repairs, a rise in property taxes, or an unplanned medical expense. If you are aging alone, you have fewer immediate lifelines to borrow from or share costs with. Without a spouse's income or adult children to bail you out quickly, finances can become a source of high stress. This is not just about paying bills on time, but about long-term stability. Ensuring you have enough to cover assisted living if you ever need it, or even making sure your day-to-day living costs do not devour your retirement savings. First, do not assume you can wing it. If you have not yet drawn up a budget, this is the time. Map out your fixed monthly expenses: rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, groceries, and any medication costs. Then factor in occasional costs like property maintenance or holiday gifts for grandchildren. Be as thorough as possible, because every unexpected dollar spent can throw off a fragile balance. Keep track of your income streams. Maybe you have Social Security, a pension, or a 401k. Are they enough to cover both the expected and unexpected? Even if finances are not your favorite topic, consider consulting a financial planner who specializes in senior concerns. Many communities offer free or low-cost services. Alternatively, you could look for information sessions at local senior centers. Knowledge is power, and a little expert advice goes a long way towards safeguarding your money. If you find yourself with some extra space in your home, renting a room to a carefully vetted tenant is another option for additional income and possibly company. Or, if you are physically able to do so, part-time work can not only boost your finances, but also keep you socially engaged. Finally, do not forget estate planning. A will, living trust, or advance directive ensures your wishes are respected should you become incapacitated. Without a spouse or close family around, having these documents in place can spare your distant relatives or friends from messy legal battles. Yes, it requires some paperwork and possibly legal fees up front, but it is worth it for the peace of mind that your finances and your legacy are handled exactly how you want. Reality number 4. Social connections may need more effort. Humans are wired for connection. When you are aging alone, forming or maintaining friendships might need more intentional effort than if you lived with family. Some older adults find that their social circles shrink as friends move away, pass on, or become less mobile themselves. Next thing you know, you might be spending most of your week with minimal human contact, leading to feelings of isolation that can nibble away at your spirit. But do not fall into the trap of believing it is too late to form new connections or revitalize old ones. Each community likely has senior clubs, faith groups, volunteering opportunities, or adult education classes that welcome fresh faces. If you are physically up to it, sign up for a local walking group or gardening club. If venturing out is difficult, technology offers solutions. You can participate in online interest groups, maybe a book club that holds discussions over video chat, or a quilting circle that shares tips through social media. You could even create your own digital meetup for seniors in your neighborhood to chat and share information about local events. You might also explore intergenerational programs where seniors and younger people connect to teach each other skills. If you are well-versed in cooking or woodworking, for instance, you can show younger participants the ropes. In return, they might help with tech issues. This exchange not only fosters practical help, but also builds mutual respect. Research shows that even a few quality social interactions per week can reduce stress, improve mental health, and give you a sense of purpose. Also keep in mind that forging new connections sometimes means stepping outside your comfort zone. Approaching a stranger at a social gathering or joining an online discussion might feel intimidating at first, yet every friendship starts with a bit of uncertainty. The key is consistency. Show up regularly, engage sincerely, and be patient. Real relationships rarely form overnight, but by investing time and a bit of bravery, you can cultivate a solid support network that can last well into your later years. We have tackled 4 major realities of aging alone: emotional loneliness, healthcare challenges, financial planning, and the need for proactive social connections. If any of these topics sounded alarming or overwhelming, remember that facing them head-on is the first step toward making your later years secure, fulfilling, and even fun. It is okay to feel a twinge of apprehension. These are not small issues. But consider this. By acknowledging these truths now, you give yourself the power to plan accordingly. You can explore local resources, talk openly with friends or professionals, and make thoughtful decisions that keep you in the driver's seat of your own life. Whether it is scheduling regular phone calls with a neighbor, revisiting your budget with a fine-toothed comb, or looking into a medical alert system, the action you take today can save you from fear and uncertainty down the road. Aging alone does not mean aging without dignity or joy. It means you have to be slightly more intentional about the structures and relationships you rely on. In the end, each of these realities can be addressed with courage and a bit of resourcefulness. So which reality resonated with you the most? Do you see yourself making changes in your social routine, your financial approach, your healthcare preparations, or your emotional self-care? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.